So the doors open up and we've got Shaping the Verse, the future of Star Engine. Now, does this mean they might be introducing their vision of a new technology for the Star Engine? In which case, that bothers me a little, worries me a little, because anything that's engine related holds all the fun back, doesn't it? So we're working on lots of engine related stuff before we can release, actual gameplay. But it's probably not. Probably just a demonstration of what it can do today. From pixel to persistent universe and everything in between, join us as we showcase the power and depth of Star Engine. Okay. Okay. This feels demo-ish because we don't get that feeling of power and depth from the engine at the moment in the PU, do we, or the PTU? Because performance is so bad. We might get something that's a little bit like that pupil to planet kind of video. Everything in between. Okay, yeah, it might have some interesting stuff. Let's show the power of the technology of Cloud Imperium, Star Citizen. Enabling the seamless scale. We don't have scale. This is why it's still demo, isn't it? Enabling the seamless scale that push our games to the cutting edge of industry. Well then, not at the moment they're not. Technology and beyond. Okay, well, it's another... They just haven't delivered on it just yet, have they? Fix it and fly it. Want to get a look at resource management in action? Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. I enjoy it, but again, you just can't. It's just that gutting feeling, isn't it? We're going to see some pretty nifty resource management gameplay. It's going to look fucking cool. It's going to be a demo. It's not actually going to be working in game just yet. And lots of people are going to think that, sort of rightly so, that it's just around the corner and get excited about it. And then we're not going to see it for another year. And then when it's implemented, it's half of what we saw at the CitizenCon. It's just going to be a case of that again, isn't it? It's just the same thing over and over. But it's going to look great. Exciting upcoming gameplay. Yeah, it's all upcoming gameplay, isn't it? It's upcoming in 10 years' time. It's still upcoming. World that shakes up the vehicle experience, continues our journey towards multi-crew gameplay, and affects all life in the verse as we know it. It certainly does, yeah. It's great. We like these things because we see that it's the vision, isn't it? But that's all we get is the vision. The vision of what we want to be playing. The real question is, do you get a free lunch while you're there, or do you have to... Oh, I don't know, Bandana. Yeah, you get a lunch break, so... I'd imagine it's within the ticket price. I would have thought you'd get quite a nice bit of food there, yeah, within your ticket price, right? I mean, it's okay if you don't, as long as it's advertised and the food at the venue is good and it's not too costly, and then people can go and have their lunch break elsewhere as well, can't they? They can go to a local restaurant and gives people options. But it would be nice. I'd prefer to have a nice lunch for me ready, food that I can choose at a buffet somewhere, inclusive of my ticket. Presenting this year's newly released vehicles. meh, with a focus on how lore of the past is shaping vehicles of the future. Okay, that's interesting. As well as a look at the pipeline itself. Yeah, that'd be interesting as well. And the new methodologies within. Methodologies. What a word. Yeah, the pipeline would be, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's certainly, it'll be a video that I watch then on YouTube. And I mean, I watch it all, but it doesn't say anything about a Bandu Merchant Man in there. If you're going to be on, then you probably will. Yeah, I'll most likely be on. Yeah, very likely bandana for a few hours until it gets to the cosplay competition, and then I'll be off. You know, have a bit of a chin wag afterwards, and then then I'll be off, and I'll relax in front of the telly and go to bed, and be there again for the following day, the following evening, for a few hours for sure. Might stay up a bit later for the second day. Hopefully there's a lot of good stuff to see. Because Malcolmi and I and who else? A couple of other people joined for last year. And there was quite a bit of technical stuff. And we were all just kind of talking over it and not really following it too well. And just getting tired and making lots of cups of coffee. Add it to the list, Cray. Yeah. Getting bigger and bigger. Thanks, Cray. Yeah, appreciate that. Just park them in the Chief's hangar. They'll be safe in there. Interested in talking shits, but that can wait for the following day. I'm thinking they're going to unveil the Polaris. You reckon? We've just seen the white box of the Polaris, though, bandana on the inside Star Citizen. So that's got a long way to go. It was white box. It was the latest inside Star Citizen, wasn't it? You can imagine it's come along a bit since then. But wait, hang on a minute. I think I got the ship wrong, haven't I? Now Cray's mentioned Apollo down there. I think it might have been the Apollo, actually, wasn't it, on Inside Star Citizen? Fuck, forget all that. Yeah, forget that. Sorry. How silly of me. My apologies. I think that was the Apollo, wasn't it, that we saw the white box in. Well, I think the Polaris would be a ship I'd be interested. I've always had a keen eye on the Polaris, actually. Bandana. Vino's got a Polaris. Well, at least he did have. Yeah, if they bring that into the game, that would be nice for a little bit of multiplayer, right? Because you can get a large fighter as well on the Polaris. Or medium fighter. It'd be kind of interesting, but there's still no gameplay for it. There's still nowhere for us to really go. Is there? It'd be nice if we could get in there and jump over to Pyro. We wouldn't want to keep the Polaris in Pyro because there's too much danger around the stations. You know, maybe I'm just making this up. It'd be nice to be able to go from Stanton, you know, get a crew together, get an event going. We get ready to jump over. Keep ourselves safe. And then we go out into pirate territory where there's known pirate gangs with large ships. And we go hunting for them in the Polaris. And, you know, there's some gameplay. And of course, the servers will be shit. The performance will be bad. The NPCs will bounce all over the place. But at least, you know, it's something we can do. course, we can take other ships over there, like the Corsair and that sort of thing. But it'd be nice to actually get a proper, chunky capital ship. Is the Polaris class as a capital ship? It's a corvette, isn't it? It's corvettes, capital ships. Apollo, Polaris, a few others. Yeah. Is that the rumour mill, is it? Unless it's on Discord leaks. I'll take it with a pinch of salt. I think the 1 hour for the lunch break's a little short. I think that should be 1 hour 30. Fully feel relaxed that you can go and get out, go get some food, and I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm being a bit picky here. Sorry, CIG. I'll wheel it in. So we always usually get a good opening, don't we? Something pretty epic to see. What have we got closing on day one? Navigating the universe. Travel with us to the forefront of navigation. Oh, here we go. A bit more master modes this year like we had last year. With a look at the evolution of UI features that help players view, engage and interact with their surroundings. So, okay, more looking at UI stuff. Maybe it's a little bit more past the demonstration stage. I should hope it is. It's been another year where we've had no UI implementation. Offering exciting new perspectives on the Star Citizen universe. Universe? Did I say universe? Yeah. Okay. Day 2. So the doors open at 9. You've got a couple of hours to look around all of the organisation booths, the community booths. Chill out in the lounge. Meet people. Pick up a couple of picos. From that lovely lady over at Pico Adventures. Character advancement. We explore the outlaw styles found on the far frontier. The new technologies enabling our next generation of character customization. Here we go. And the much anticipated arrival of diverse... Diverse what? Here we go. Got to go back to Google to search for stuff for Star Citizen. What's that word? Is it a French word? English trans... What? Is this a typo? Diverse... Fuck's sake, CIG. Apparently it's a French word. It means to style. To do the hair. Okay, they've just made a mistake here, haven't they? They've probably got the... They're doing this in a bunch of different languages, and they've just somehow, missed off this word when they've converted it over to English or vice versa, or whatever. I thought I was going to learn a new English word. That'd be typical, wouldn't it? You know, put a word on there nobody's ever heard of before in English. Some archaic language. To style. To do the hair. Here we are, we're talking about hair then, aren't we? Oh dear. New technologies enabling our next generation of character customization. I've already said that it's bizarre. This DNA customization that they brought out, it was interesting. And I like the idea that they were bringing in faces that you could mesh and make them look realistic and have lots of different faces and enable lots of different looks in the verse. We don't have that fully yet, of course. A long time they've been talking about hair, the new improvements to hair technology. That was even scheduled for a patch back along a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we haven't seen it. They haven't talked about it. We're probably going to get that again. We're going to get the hair looking good for a demonstration. But a next generation of character customization. This feels like they're going to scrap the DNA stuff or bring in something a little bit more that we can customize with the face. And of course we've got the body as well, haven't we? Customize the body. Because we'd like to see people that have, you know, not just trim, ripped, muscular physiques like I have, but, you know, just regular physiques for average, normal people. We want to see a variety, don't we? So maybe this talks a little bit more about the bodies for the generation of character customization. Otherwise, it might be a case of not necessarily skipping the DNA system, but I can imagine them going down a different route, because I just don't think it really brings anything new and exciting. It doesn't meld in two faces together. You've got to really find two faces. I mean, you might like one, you might like the other, but the meld isn't right. It's not what you're looking for, especially if you want to make yourself in the game. I think it's going to be quite difficult. It'll take a long time. Whereas the traditional way of making your character, maybe that's a lot easier. The only trouble is we don't want people looking stupid, do we? Like giving people massive ears and tiny noses. Because immersion. I don't know, what do you think? Am I just waffling on endlessly to myself? Not making any sense. Jesus, Real, how far behind are you? You might want to refresh your stream. Refresh the crack Furies. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes. Maybe Twitch is just stopped for 10 minutes. But yeah, release the Furies. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? 4 or 5 Furies in the back. That's pretty good, right? Okay, character advancement for an hour. Should be pretty nice. Life in the first person. Get up close and personal look at upcoming major improvements to first person gameplay. Upcoming, there's that word again. Major improvements to first person gameplay. What could that possibly be? Sliding. Are they going to introduce the first look at sliding at CitizenCon. Demonstration. This is the demonstration of sliding. Just like EVA. Do you remember EVA last year? Which looked really good and finished, and we still don't have it. Do you remember that? Full year ago. Still not in the game. First person gameplay. I wonder what it could be. Okay, real, no worries. Diversified combat AI behavior. More AI behavior. We've seen a lot of, just not really working very well. Sure. Hopefully we'll see maybe a playthrough of a location with AI behavior looking really natural. That'd be fantastic to watch. That's the next generation gameplay that I'm looking for in Squadron 42. They haven't done it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Overhauled weapon handling and how we're shaping a more immersive, dynamic universe through seamless and tactile interactions. Overhauled weapon handling. So, this means... It is a little bit, yeah, I shifted it over as much as I could. Maybe I should do that. Well done, Real, yeah. I should be monitoring myself a little bit better. Right, back to overhauled weapon handling. So we're going to see a demonstration again at CitizenCon of their vision of weapon handling. It's not going to be actual gameplay. It's not going to be properly working. We're going to see it at CitizenCon. It won't be released next year. It won't be released in 2024. We won't see it. We won't play it. That's how that's going to go. Overhauled weapon handling. How we're shaping a more immersive, dynamic universe through seamless and tactile interactions with the weapon, jamming, loading, individual loading of rounds, this sort of thing. Big overhaul. All the work they've done, everything we've got so far that's taken 10 years, scrap that. Overhaul it. Right, next up, what we got? Taking flight. We launch into the next iteration of Star Citizen's flight experience. Again. And explore impending improvements for every aspect of space and atmospheric traversal, combat and interaction. Will we finally see the atmospheric flight model, which includes flaps and other such things? Ailerons, flaps and other things I don't know what I'm talking about. I think we will. I think we're going to see that, and I'll look forward to that. Taking flight is a good one to keep an eye out. That's going to be at the end of the night. Hopefully that'll give me some sweet dreams during the night to wake up to, remember in the morning. Even though, again, we're not going to get any of this. We're just seeing it at CitizenCon. So we're not going to get that next year either. No new atmospheric flight model next year. We should really be looking at last year's CitCon to see how much of that came to be. I've got that up here, bandana. Here. I typed in CitCon 2022 and a couple of my own videos came up, like this one here. And this one. These are good thumbnails, aren't they? These look interesting. I think these are ones people would click on. Obviously they haven't, because it's only got 142 views, but it's my biggest videos to date. Yeah, I brought this up here to take a look at bandana, so we'll have to take a look at that next. See what happened last year. See what's actually made it in. And I can tell you now, it's nothing. A few ships. Some ships have made it in. I'm not seeing anything solid. It's all we launched the next overhaul, the new iteration, and upcoming and impending stuff. It's not showing us what we're getting in the next release, because they can't. They haven't got it. They're not there yet. And if all the other CitCons are to go by, we won't get any of this they're talking about next year. Again, we're still going to be flying upside down for as long as we want in our ships. We can land upside down in a ship, in a hangar, and get out. The ship bobbling around. All that crazy alpha stuff we've had all this time. First person shooter scanning. Yeah, scanning. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I didn't like it. No, it looked very game-like. Very gamey. Very, very gamey, right? You press a button, bing, little ping goes out, lights humans up and other stuff, and gives you a little tag by it. I didn't like it that much, to be honest. I don't really want to do that. I wanted it to be more... I know it's the future. You're going to put helmets on. You have VR technology. It all makes sense. But I don't want to scan the surroundings. Go beep, and everything pops up. Oh, look, there's a guy behind the wall over there, and there's a turret over there, and it's all labelled for me. And I don't know. I want a few surprises, really. I wasn't excited by it. I was worried by it. I know that feeling real. Working the rest of the week as well. 5 o'clock in the morning, ouch. Emergency dry and work clothes. With a freaking hairdryer. Brilliant. Because you were gaming instead of putting the laundry into the dryer. Or out to dry. Yeah, we've all been there, real. You get addicted, don't you, sometimes? You just, one more game. It's what life should be. We should just be enjoying ourselves and not worrying about the W, but there we go. Okay, moving on. 3 o'clock, Living on the Edge. We delve into the living conditions and environments of outlaws and settlers living to carve out an existence beyond the safety of the UEE, mega corporations, and other confines of the 30th century society. Okay, sure. It'll be fun enough. It's a short section. Again, it'll be a demonstration. It's just assets in and around Pyro, looking at NPCs moving around and talking about a bit of lore and stuff that we can probably figure out for ourselves. Living conditions and environments of outlaws and settlers. Sure, yeah, some nice things to take photos of. And then the final piece is 45 minutes long, and this is going to be the golden piece, right? Right at the end. This is the one I'm going to wake up on Monday morning, scanning the YouTube videos, waiting to find it. Hopefully it's there. Putting off stuff because of gaming, but not drying work clothes with a hairdryer. Can't say I've done that either. But it's a good idea. I have to remember that one. From high up in orbit down to the surface of our planets, and deep into the underground. Okay, so they've got an underground demo they've made for us. The new underground facilities. These are going to be so much fun, I should think. In 15 years' time, when they're released and all the NPCs and servers work and stuff, there'll be a lot of fun for all those newborn babies that are making their way into the world as we speak. But otherwise, we're going to see a demonstration of a made, or pre-made if you want to use that word, pre-made CitizenCon underground level, just for CitizenCon. Just for the demo. To get us tantalised. And everybody's going to think... It's probably going to be in Pyro, isn't it? People are going, oh wow, I can't wait. Pyro released as well at the end of the year. Oh, we're going to be able to do that. And you're not. It's not going to be there. We delve into new interactions, missions and gameplay. And more. More. I'm going to hold you to that. On this, I'm going to be looking out for all the new interactions, the missions and the gameplay, and then once I've seen all of those, I'm going to be looking for more. I expect to find it. Coming to the Star Citizen universe on all levels. Yeah, it'll be great. This will be a nice final piece. That's the good one, isn't it? That's the goodie to watch.